Here we go. Welcome to BackChat, powered by Paywise. I'm feeling good. Hammer's here. You're up and about, feeling good. Will Schofield, just breaking news. Jaiden, if you could just get the camera on him, just for some sights. Not good, mate. What's going on?
It's a dark day for the AFL.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
I feel sick, and it's not because of the
IGA pork.
That I've just inhaled, and I feel like absolute death.
Yep. There's other things at
What
play.
makes me feel sicker?
Yep.
We're just going off the top with this.
Yeah, tell me.
What makes me feel sicker? And don't let me speak to you. Like, don't let me not give you this context before I start going on about this. I know what this award's about that I'm about to speak about.
Mm.
I am literally holding a veiny fist in my hand. This is the Golden Fist, right? This is the 2016 Alex Rance Golden Fist. It has veins.
He was good that year.
he was great that year.
He was really
Look
good that
at
year.
the fist.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It's veiny.
That's your All-Australian fullback right there.
What this has become is nothing short of a national disgrace
Yep, agreed.
to defenders. And I can't believe where this has fallen to. We've got old mate last week, The Voice. I won't say him by name because of the disrespect he caused defenders. But The Voice, you
Good
know.
morning.
Him saying the defenders don't need an award and
Poxy.
we're not giving out ribbons. All right, still thinks Lionel Messi's playing for Geelong.
Oh, I didn't say that.
Right? Yep. We had to put up with that bullshit last week.
Yep.
And then this week, I get this, the leaderboard for the Golden Fist, for as close as mainstream media has to award defenders, real defenders, an award. Have a look at the leaderboard in the Golden Fist right now. I was about to throw this on the ground, but I wouldn't do that to disrespect.
Yeah.
Look, I love all of these players. I was in Freo gear.
was in full Freo kit.
Josh Dacos, great player,
Star.
is a winger
Yep, he's
who's
certainly
playing in the back line
Yes.
to distribute for them, which for Collingwood, great. For defenders,
Wins games.
not great.
Not great.
Bailey Dale. This bloke had 55 fucking touches in a game about 4 weeks
He
ago.
had 49 disposals in a game of football. You can't be... What part of that is a Golden Fist?
I love Bailey Dale. Great player.
Yep.
Not what embodies a defender. Josh Weddle. Great player. Plays forward every second week.
Yep.
And it shits me when he's in the forward line.
Yep.
He's third. Lockie Ash. Elite distributor. Elite runner. Goes as
He's
hard as
also been
anyone.
playing like a lot in the midfield. hasn't he?
Plays for my team. Second or third team. He hasn't played on a man all fucking year.
Yeah.
Jeremy Howe. I actually like.
Yeah, Jeremy Howe's been pretty good.
I
He was
actually
very
like-
good.
I
He's
think
got
he-
a couple of Jack Buckley Medal
I think he
votes.
has.
He's very good yesterday.
And John Noble, with all disrespect.
With all disrespect.
With all disrespect
That's a
to
great
Sydney
one.
there.
Yeah.
With all respect. John Noble has 30 every week and he kicks out 17 times. He's not a
goal-
defender.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This has fallen too far to ignore anymore, boys.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? And so it needs to be put on the agenda of mainstream media. They don't pay any attention to us, and that's fine. We're just a shitty little podcast over in Perth.
Yep.
But the Jack Buckley Medal, the algorithm that follows, the awarding of votes to backmen, to backs that win premierships, to proper defenders that spoil and do 1%ers, men like Alex Taru, the Flying Viking.
Alexander's
He had 14 spoils on the weekend, the most spoils ever by a St Kilda player. He's 2 games into his career. How he doesn't get votes in the Golden Fist.
It's beyond me.
That's all he
So-
did was fist.
Literally, he went up. There were so many times where he could have gone and marked the footy and just thought, nah, I'm going in with a
embodies the
genuine fist.
Yeah.
He could be painted in gold.
He nearly threw his shoulder out a couple of times trying to punch the thing so hard.
Just let me show this. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Jack Buckley Medal. Yep. This exists. It is 3 years in. Jack Buckley won the first year as the best backman in the competition. We awarded that to Jack on Optus Stadium. And he's played in some big games. That was about the greatest moment of his AFL career.
Correct.
Harris Andrews was the winner in the second year. He received this before he won a premiership medal, and it was far better. Don't worry about that. This was minted in the Perth Mint. This is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
What this has become is dust, and it shits me. And you've got a relation to who started this.
Give me both. Give
and
me
it
this.
pisses me off.
Give me this and give me the Jack Buckley.
I'm pissed off.
So, can we get the camera back on me, Jaiden?
Go Giants.
Yeah, go the GWS Giants and Freo and North Melbourne. See, look at Jack Buckley. They're getting his medal. Now, listen. This Golden Fist Award used to mean plenty.
Everything.
It used to mean everything. Alex Rance, this is the equivalent. This was the Jack Buckley Medal before the Jack Buckley Medal was around.
Yeah.
Because Alex Rance is your All-Australian fullback, and he's won the Golden Fist. That has now gone to the wayside. This is an irrelevant award.
Can I just tell you, you'll keep going a second.
Yeah, of course.
2012, first year, Ted Richards. How many touches you had Ted Richards?
Ted Richards would have had 4 touches in his whole career.
2013, it was shared between Josh Gibson and Brian Lake.
Yeah, that's...
Backman.
Yes, perfect.
2014, Shimboner, Scott Thompson.
Scooter Thompson.
Hey.
What a man.
Yeah, spoils. He had more spoils than kicks in games.
He did.
Alex Rance went three-peat,
Ooh.
15,
Wow.
16, 17, 2018, Jeremy McGovern.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
And unfortunately, we know some really serious reasons this has gone downhill, but from there it's gone downhill.
Yeah.
It's lost its purpose.
So, now, I have a connection to the Frawley family. My older brother Angus is married to Danielle. So Danielle was Frawley, now Brayshaw. Links me to that award. And I don't like how it's linked now. Love the previous link. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try my best to get the Frawley Foundation, the Danny Frawley Foundation, to come on board as a small sponsor of this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, TABtouch are all around this. They're our major sponsor. Yeah. I'm going to petition the Frawley family to get the Danny Frawley Foundation to get on board to the Jack Buckley Medal so that they can support, as Danny would have wanted, an actual Defenders Award. Because what they're producing at the moment down there at Bounce is nothing short of a disgrace. The Golden Fist Award.
It's not the people's fault who's giving
Grab your
votes.
Golden Fist and shove it up your ass, because that's where it belongs. It's nowhere near where it was.
It's no individual's fault.
No, of course.
If you go and look at who's giving votes right now, none of them are defenders.
Gazy's given 4 votes. Gazy's out there being like, all right, boys, what do we got here?
Oh, it's just, I can't take it anymore.
Nah,
and
it
I'm
needs
not
to
going
be
to rest
said.
until it gets reset. Right, and it gets starting to give me some awards to defenders.
Can we
this thing's way over the top of my head.
Can we go now? Can we just jump straight into it, please?
JBM?
Yep.
Sure.
Can I just? We're hijacking it. It's a defender show.
Go for it.
Straight into it, please.
You've got the touch.
You got the power.
Yeah.
Now look, I've put the votes under lock and key. The votes are not to be read out now until Jack Buckley Medal night.
Yes.
Which just so happens the Brownlow Medal falls on the same night as it, which is just ridiculous.
Yes.
Everyone knows what's more important. Now, there's some big announcements here.
Ooh.
Some big announcements. I will announce a couple of things about this round. Obviously, the votes are gone, but I can't give you exactly where these votes fell, but you mentioned some guy before who had the most spoils in St Kilda history, didn't even get a vote in the Golden Fist.
Flying Viking. Please confirm he gets votes.
The Flying Viking gets votes.
Yeah,
the algorithm works.
Okay.
The Flying Viking
what a
gets
surprise.
votes this week.
What a
Alexander
surprise.
Taru, well done. You get votes.
How many do you get in the Golden Fist?
0.
Yeah.
Didn't look at a vote for the Golden
Fuck
Fist
me.
because he didn't get enough kicks off half back.
Most outrageous thing I've ever seen.
Now, gentlemen, this is a touchy subject for the Jack Buckley Medal.
Oh boy.
I'm about to bring up something that it could change the game for this medal.
You're breaching protocol.
No, I'm not breaching protocol. I'm just going to. I'm offering something up.
Okay.
Last week, someone messaged into the show, and it filtered back to us and to me that we have just had one of, if not the greatest defender of this century, retire last week.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Jeremy McGovern. And was there a way that could be potentially incorporated into this medal?
Yeah.
And maybe is that something that can be immortalised?
It's a great shout.
It was a great shout at the time. I reached out to Jack Buckley.
Wow.
I reached out to Jack Buckley and I said, Jack, listen, mate, I've got something for you. Someone's asked, can he be in? And you know what Jack's instant response was?
This is the naming rights holder.
The naming rights
This is
holder
him.
of the medal. You
This
know what
is
he
him.
You know what he said straight away? Think about it.
I can guarantee it would have been unselfish. It
Oh, yeah.
would have been a role playing. He probably would have said, "Oh, just give it to just call it the McGovern medal."
That's exactly what he said.
Wow.
That is exactly
No,
what
I
he
just
said.
know this sort of.
Yeah.
That's a defender, mate.
This is it,
It's not
JB.
about me. It's not about me.
JB, with
Something
Gov
like that.
retiring, we're thinking of commemorating him in defensive eternity by tweaking the name of the Jack Buckley Medal to potentially the McBuckley.
Ooh.
Ultimately, it's your decision.
That'll be assured to give it the ultimate respect.
The ultimate respect, the McBuckley Medal. Ultimately, it's your decision as the medal's namesake, so I thought I'd gauge your opinion. His instant response, mate, I'd love you to call it the McGovern Medal. Wow. Best defender of this generation, 5-all of Oz, tough as nails, revolutionised intercept defence, one of the great grand final moments, started as a rookie, epitomises everything that should be praised in defenders. McGovern Medal seems like a no-brainer.
Wow.
To which I replied, yes, he's an all-timer, but we won't stray from our roots. You're still going to be in there.
Yes.
And he said, no one can take away the fact that I was the inaugural winner, and that's all the satisfaction I need.
What a fucking man
That's
Jack
really
Buckley
good.
is.
That medal's
It's
coming
still
to
got the
that
Buckley.
medal's
It's still got the
yeah,
Buckley.
exactly. That medal's coming to the grave with me. But probably only right that the medal is named after a Hall of Famer instead of a bloke who isn't even the best key defender at his club. Anyway, it then goes back and forth, and he says, whatever you decide to do, I'm on board.
Of course he is.
So we will. That is a
Well,
potential.
there is precedent here. You know, Ross Glendenning.
Yes.
Ross Glendenning.
is
There
now
was the
Glen-
medal for
Yep.
him, right?
Yep.
And then it's the Glendenning Allen medal.
Yeah.
Could we? I don't know if McBuckley just feels like a McDonald's meal that's
Yeah.
coming out.
Yeah, I'd like
Which
to.
should be bloody nice.
Which would be nice
be
if they,
very
if
funny.
they want to sponsor
Yeah.
some aspect of the show, shout out McDonald's.
Yeah.
Maybe we breach it with McGovern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we
Get
need
him
to
on
get
the
these
show.
two on a Zoom.
Yep.
We need to have a genuine chat about where this sits with all of them.
But
with
what
both of them.
is for sure, and that can't be disputed, is this needs to be pushed far and wide.
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you are a fan of BackChat, if you are listening along, if you're new to the show, you need to make this a thing. It already is a thing. You need to tell people about it.
Yeah.
Anytime
Because
you see,
what is happening right now is a disgrace.
Anytime you
social
see
post.
a post where
Yep.
it's like, if someone, David King's coming out and saying, oh, you don't need a medal for defenders, just comment back to that.
I
Hey,
reckon
mate, one already
Kingy
exists.
was a defender at times, so I think he might actually be the guy. He might support it.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm thinking of Kingy definitely
thinking
said you
of-
don't need one.
GW.
No,
You
Kingy
think
definitely
of
said.
the voice.
I'm thinking of a few people that have said it.
Good
But it's
morning.
like, anyway, anytime you hear or see anyone say we don't need one, just say we don't need one. And correct, we don't need one because it already exists. The Jack Buckley Medal.
Great.
Anyway, that's big things to come for the Jack Buckley.
Exciting.
I like that we've really set a good standard of the show. We've
Yeah.
set a baseline. We're not happy with certain things, and we want change, right? I think that's a really good thing to stand on. We do need to just some housekeeping though, just off the top.
Oh, you're back.
Before we get too deep into other things, we have a few things to announce. Firstly, we have a Derby preview show coming up in a few weeks, July 23 at the Leadville Precinct. It's $20. Tickets are in our bio, or you can head to the leadvilleprecinct.com.au. Buy a ticket. Scoa, you're going to be there. Skeet's going to be there. Hammer, you coming to that?
I'm going to be there.
You'll
we're,
be there.
We're talking almost BackChat combined with Shelter Footycast because, of course, over at 6PR, Wildwood of Sports is me and Skeet on Wednesday nights. That's what it's going to be, but it's live in person. I reckon there's going to be some special guest players. I don't know. Fremantle Games record holder might be there. Greatest ever West Coast Eagle player might be there.
Me.
Me.
I am there.
Who would be? Who would that be?
The greatest ever West Coast Eagle,
Yeah.
Dean Cox.
No, Coxie not going to be there. Glenn Jakovic, I think, is right
Yeah,
up there.
Jakovic is right up
So
there.
Glenn Jakovic might be there. So it's going to be a
You
great...
just said he was there.
Did I? Well, I thought I was doing maybes.
You've gone to Santis.
Jack will be there.
Yeah, no, he might be though. He might not be. But
So
he probably
come
will be.
down. We'll have some shelters. We'll drink some ales.
Yeah.
Great. Very good.
Go and
Jaiden,
grab,
if
go
you could
grab
just...
yourself a ticket.
Yeah, Jaden's going to chuck the link into the YouTube chat, but head to Instagram, backchat _.
So it's the
There's
Wednesday before the Derby.
a link in our bio. Yep. Come along. It's going to be very good. Now, one quick one actually before we keep going into tattoo world is that Patreon is well and truly firing. Backchatpodcast.com.au. You head to the top there, click on Patreon. It's a way that you can support the show, as well as getting access to early content and ad-free content. So if you don't want to listen to me and Scoey read out ad reads throughout the program, head to Patreon and you can actually sign up there and you get all the shows without ads.
Yeah,
Okay?
it's actually pretty good.
That's that. Lastly, before we get into some Frio chat, Hammer, you and I made a bet a few weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
And I wasn't here last week to discuss this.
Hey, welcome back, Dan.
Yeah, good to have you
any
back,
further.
mate.
So I did send a video about this, but I am here in person, so it's probably good to chat. I am here now.
Well, there was lots of people in the chat on YouTube saying that you're never in Bali and that you faked the whole thing. And to
Well-
be honest, it looked like that. And I to a point agreed. And I was like,
let
wonder
me
where
prove
Dan's
to you
been.
I was in Bali.
Okay.
Turumikasi So
Jeremy McGovern's
Jeremy Carsey.
Jeremy Carsey.
Jamiroquai.
I
Canned
am
by Jamiroquai.
very familiar with Bahasa, as they say, Indonesian. So there's my proof.
Bike Saja.
Bike saja ya selamat malam to my people.
That's good.
I did get a tattoo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know. I always get confused.
How was it?
Selamat pagi.
Now, and I did tune in
Bike.
quickly onto the YouTube episode last week, and I heard people in the chat getting pissy at me because
Heaps of people flat you didn't get on your
because I
ass.
didn't get on my ass. To be honest, so Jaiden, if you just bring it over here,
Might have to zoom it in. You zoom it in.
You can see it. Everyone can see
Just
it.
zoom it in, Jaden.
it's sitting there on my arm. I believe that the arm is worse than the ass.
Where
on
is
the
it?
ass,
Just under his fillet of
just under
fish.
the fillet. Oh wait, there it is. Fillet of fish.
It's like lost in the
Yeah,
in the
it's in there.
vines.
It is
of-
in there.
Now I
It's like a
didn't.
musical note.
I
the
didn't get
rose
to pick
bush.
the design.
There
it
it
is.
is. Oh, he zoomed in.
Wow, Jaiden.
How the fuck did you zoom in? What the fuck?
Hang on, let me just tense my muscle as well, just to make it look even better.
All right, now tense. Got him. Okay, now tense.
So there we go. I think that's worse than the arse. On the arse, it's just covered, and
And
no,
yeah.
no one's ever going to see it. Right?
That's
there,
what I
it's a display.
do. That's what I like the most about this is that you're a proud shin boner now
Oh yeah.
because you've got it on your
Just
body.
like you.
A bit just like me.
What is going on? You
Nah.
fair weather.
No, well, I'm not a fair weather supporter. We lost by 100 points. I'm not happy about it. I'm flat about it, actually.
So
Tasmania,
flat that you-
Tasmania needs a roof. If we play down there under a roof, we don't lose that game by 100. We win.
Why? It was weather affected. Was it?
Gunston does well. And
So it's made you so angry that you fully jumped off, or
I
what's
haven't fully jumped off. Freo just had a good win. And this was all they had here. I left my
I
North
was
Melbourne
cold.
kid home.
That's why I put this on.
I actually was a little bit chilly as well.
You may have a fever and some sort of disease from porkinella. Or
No,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
yeah.
it's,
Salmonella or
it's,
something.
it's a fever, all right. It's sick to fucking death of what's going on for defenders around the league.
Yeah, I agree.
Before we do leave tattoo world, we should discuss one more tattoo. That is on an arse.
Oh yeah, this was
Hamish.
bizarre.
You ran into someone over the
This
weekend.
was so weird. So I was at the Hippie Club on Saturday night.
Oh, of course you were.
What a great spot. And anyway, it would have been. I saw there was some operations going on in there.
Oh, yeah.
Like just one of the great. Well, some bloke rolled past me at like 1 a.m. Could not open his eyes. I don't know how on his like. So I had a friend, Joel. Fuck you, Joel was here.
Wow.
We went to Hippie Club,
Great.
and when we were in there, we were like, mate, it's so different from Melbourne. Once you're in an establishment here, it's like you almost have to vomit, kick some people, and do something really stupid to get kicked out. Like if you just sit at your table, you can be as pissed as you want. It's very hard to get kicked out of a place. Whereas in Melbourne, if you look slightly intoxicated there, just get the fuck out of here.
I didn't know that.
Anyway,
Classic Melbourne.
about an hour after that conversation, a bloke has just rolled in to his table sitting up there, eyes just completely having a vape, and then just like, we all saw it, and I was like, that guy, I reckon that guy's pissed himself. Like that guy he's got like light blue jean shorts on with like a very dark stain at the front. He walked past and I was like, excuse me, mate. He goes, yeah. I was like, have you pissed your pants? He goes, yeah, about 5 minutes ago. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, mate. Good on you. Anyway, he goes and sits down. And like for the next 20 minutes, he's just sitting at the table, just having an Emu export can in one hand, a vape in the other, with his eyes closed.
And welcome to Hippie
Anyway,
Club.
that was Hippie Club. And then about an hour, so it got to about 2 o'clock in the
1
morning.
o'clock as well.
Yeah, that was
So
at 1 o'clock.
4 a.m.
So it's now it's 2 in the morning. Fast forward a little bit. I'm moving around. Some guy comes up to me and goes, Hammer, turn your airdrop on. Don't know why I did it. But I was like, yeah, mate,
It's 2
go.
o'clock at Hippie Club.
Sweet, I'll turn my airdrop on. He then sends me this photo. Have you got it? Sends me this photo of his
Is that
ass.
his cheek?
That's his ass cheek. Will Schofield, West Coast Eagles, 11-13-79, defeat Collingwood, 11-8-74.
Why does it say Will Schofield?
He's got that tattooed on his ass.
What the fuck?
I got this airdropped to me at 2 a.m. at Hippie Club.
That's really fresh as well. That
I think
photo.
no. So when he airdropped it to me, I went into my photos and couldn't see it in the recents.
Right.
And I was like, wonder why. Scrolled up. So when you airdrop a photo, it goes into your camera roll at whatever date the photo was
the
taken.
metadata.
So it was taken in like 2019. He's gone back 5 years, 6 years to find this photo and airdrop it to me.
Is it real?
Yeah, that's a real
That's
guy's
real.
ass.
Yeah.
I think.
Looks so plump.
Was it his ass or someone else's ass?
Well, he didn't show me in real life his ass.
Do you think it was his ass?
Well, yeah.
For those listening along, it literally says my name tattooed on someone's ass.
like freehand as well. This is
Yeah, Will
nicely done.
Schofield, and then the score of the grand final. Such a bizarre thing to just have tattooed on your ass.
Yeah, I mean, Good for him.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought that was hilarious.
Should have got a kangaroo.
Tat chat. We're doing a bit of tat
Yeah,
chat
tat
today,
chat.
A
boys.
bit of tat chat. All right, here we go. 6 in a row and 1 win away from potentially being a top 2 team on the ladder if everything goes their way. The Fremantle Dockers are well and truly firing. All right, so I'm going to take you guys back to round 6. Freo lose to Melbourne and then St Kilda a couple of weeks later. Then round 10 they beat GWS and they start this streak. So what's happened? Freo just well and truly back.
Freo fan, Hamish Brogan.
Sizzling.
Yeah, they're back.
Hammer, give us the rundown.
They're no question they're back. They're like the tightest game they had was against the Boners because we're the better team. We're the best team. We really pushed them. But
Straight past them.
Good point, actually.
they are sizzling
Yes.
on in all facets. And what it is, in my opinion, is they've got an All-Australian in every line. I think Jordan Clark will be the All-Australian halfback.
Yep.
I think
Josh
Tracy will be the All-Australian full forward.
Luke Jackson,
potentially in
the
there.
old brother.
Andrew, Caleb, like around the mark. Anyway, they've got all Australians in every line, but they're just like clicking. It's incredible, and I think JL's understood that. Like, if he missed another game, he's on his he gets his 4-week resignation. He's got 4 weeks. Hey mate, you can stay at the club, but we need you to scrub toilets. So I think he started to spark up a little bit and went from just a monotone, flat, nothing to all of a sudden you can get a little bit from him.
Do you know what I think's happening at Freo?
I heard you say this morning.
Oh,
so.
did you? I just make things up every time I speak, so
Perfect.
this could be
Is it?
completely
Yeah,
different.
it could be.
Well, I think that they got their pants pulled down in the midfield. Like, they got absolutely dominated for 3 quarters.
They got smoked.
So it's not like, well, they're just dominating and they're playing really well. Well, no, they didn't. What they're doing well is playing well in moments when they have to, which has been the literal Achilles heel of Freo.
Yeah.
Got to stand up, got to win the game.
Couldn't.
That was the second time in 23 games they've come back and won after trailing at 3/4 time. They literally haven't been able to win and stand up and win games. That's what I reckon's changed. Is like they've got some guys now like Sean Darcy and Luke Jackson kick set shot goals. I reckon other years they're spraying out in the full.
They also just don't rely now. It's 3 or 4 years ago, it would have been, all right, we need Nat Fyfe or we need Dave Mundy to do this.
Yeah.
Now we can have, I reckon we've got 8 guys that can do it. Or we've got, at least 5 or 6 guys that we can really just say, I'm going to take Josh Tracy, Shea Bolton. Where's my fingers? There they are. Tracy, Bolton up forward. Andrew, Caleb, Darcy, Jackson in the middle. Clark down back. Ryan probably as well, maybe.
Guns.
But if when push comes to shove, they can break a game open for you. There's 8 guys on a list that can do that. And they all did that in the last quarter.
When you have that many players, if like 4 of them are no good, like you've still got another 4.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
if you've only got 3 of them and all 3 are held, like Essendon has currently.
Yeah, then you
if Zach Merritt's in the goal square doing nothing, well, they're done.
Then you're toast. But they've got 8 of them, and I reckon all of them in the last quarter found something.
There we go.
And so did the 2 rucks. So did the 2 big boys.
Have you been not a fan of that? I've been a big fan. I'm all in on that.
I'm
all in.
I'm all in when it works. Obviously.
Poor Foppy studied his calf in the
oh my
half-time
God, yeah. The first time ever to do his... That's ridiculous, isn't it?
My good friend Seb at 6PR does some great work. Reads some traffic sometimes. He does some other good work. Produces around the place. You know Seb, actually.
Yeah, I do.
He raised a point with me that I'm just going to chuck into this without any warning. Calf or hamstring awareness that either coaches or players or anyone else in the media speaks about. Awareness. Fifey did his calf. Why are we calling it slight?
Yeah, why are we doing
calf
slight
awareness?
calf awareness?
He's got a 4-week calf.
Yeah.
And when you say, he's got hammy awareness, that means you've done your calf.
He's just done his hammy.
You've done your calf. You've done your hammy. Awareness, we need to get out of the game. And it's coaches and clubs blindfolding everyone else. When you see awareness, that means pulled hamstring.
The only time awareness is a thing is if you're, let's say Nat Fyfe wind him back 3 years. He's playing every week. He's playing well. In the 3rd quarter, he feels a little bit of tightness in his calf. So he gets subbed off with calf awareness, plays next week because he actually pulls up fine. That's awareness because you haven't done your calf.
I don't know how many times that happens.
Very rarely.
As in, you pull up quick enough to not do it. I don't know if that's happening very often.
True. I saw someone ask on Twitter if that counts as a game for Nat Fyfe.
Yes, it does.
I think it does, yeah.
Great. So he gets another game on his tally without even having to get on the field.
Yes,
so the next 3 games, they've got Sydney Swans, win that.
Yeah, they should win.
Then they've got Hawks and Collingwood.
That feels like a tough 3 weeks. How many games
got
will they
Sydney
win?
at SCG, which
If they beat Sydney and SCG, they've had bloody good wins away
If
from
they
home.
can, if they win,
Is Collingwood here? No, it's away.
it's away. If they can win two of the, if they win two of the next three, they're a genuine contender.
Yep.
If they win all three of them, they're going to win the flag.
If they win
If
one,
they win one out of three, they're going to.
that's pass.
So 2 out of 3 is you're going to make
Contender.
top 4. They're going to make top 4 and contend. 1 out of 3, I think they'll just get
Good
in the
job.
top 8.
Good job.
If they lose all the next 3, they're a chance to drop out. And then if they win all 3, they're going to win the flag.
Great. There you go. There's your
scale
options.
hardness.
There you
All
go.
right, this weekend, the bottom 3 teams all played flag contenders in Adelaide, Hawthorn and Collingwood, but only one of those bottom teams showed something. Shout out Clay Hall getting a Rising Star
Yeah,
nomination.
well done. He was
and
really
also
good.
to the West Coast Eagles, who got an A- on the Fox Footy grading system.
I saw that.
Which is incredibly important to
Jeez.
me, seeing the grades come through. Why was it a minus and not a plus, or just a straight A? Who cares?
And they still lost by 30 points.
I know.
So, like, how's that an A
Jeez,
minus?
You've bloody fallen a long way if that's an A minus to him.
Oh, West Coast back?
What?
Second half, like, bye rounds are done.
To what?
Back from the dead. And
So
just,
you've won one game still.
yeah, it was yeah, one
For
more
the
game.
year?
You still won at 14 for the year.
Yep.
Now, I watched this game and I was getting probably half the way pissed. I'd had 3
Oh, yeah.
pints at the footy.
This is
I
pre-hippie
was-
club.
Pre-hippie club. At home, I'd had a Hunger Tamers baconator meal, and I was
so
on my 3rd shelter pale ale at home before I went in the car to the garden. Then,
That just sounds so good.
so it was excellent.
Wow.
And I'm sitting on the couch watching this game, and I'm thinking in the 3rd quarter, like, geez, they're going here. Start of the 4th, Jack Williams misses a goal from 20 metres out.
Or end of the
and
third.
end of the third,
Yeah.
that kick just ended. me.
Yes, at him. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he missed from 20
Yes.
metres out straight in front, which would have put them to 6 points. Sorry, would have put them to 4 points back, and they were on. And then there were some questionable decisions with, like, there was one free kick. Liam Duggan got caught holding the ball after Clay Hall tackled a guy for like a minute, and then it was play on, and then Duggan got holding the ball. But they were there. And then when they weren't, once Collingwood got a run on in the last, it was game over. But that start of the 4th could have been a shake.
You know that I am critical of umpires better than anyone when
Yeah.
they stuff up. I called this game on radio. It was the best umpiring all year.
Yeah.
And Dan, you're going to hate this so much. They put the whistles away. If you watch this minute to minute, they didn't call anything.
Except for Liam Duggan with holding the
That
ball.
was literally the only one they called. Other than that, chopping the arms, don't worry about it. Holding the man, don't worry about it. In the backs, fine. 50-metre penalty, couldn't care less. Not 15, that's a mark.
Yeah.
Insufficient intent, never heard of it. It was great. I didn't see or look at an umpire for the entire game other than that one decision. I thought it was great umpiring.
Well, in that, yeah, okay.
Oh, here it is. Everyone was talking about this. Were you talking about this, Dan?
Yeah, of course, because it's the worst call ever.
Right.
And
That is not on the
and
ball.
immediately then
Like,
they
that
get
has to
inside
be-
50.
I guess he did handball it, but that's just
did.
holding. That's just a ball up. I'm not.
There's
yeah.
no opportunity.
Anyway, who cares? They gave it a
I
valiant
don't think
effort.
it was a poorly umpired game, really. It's just that one that
It was a valiant
It was
effort for the boys.
It was
a
woeful.
valiant effort,
I liked it.
Now, West Coast are firing.
and
Freeman-
all their young guys played well too. Like their young kids are good.
Yeah, mate, Brady
Absolutely.
Hoff. 100%,
Brady Hoff.
27
Oh,
star,
boy.
100%, 100%
He's
of
Tom
action.
McCarthy.
Yeah, best and fairest winner.
How the
He'll win the
f-
best and fairest.
How on earth has that kid not been like he was playing local footy like 2 years ago?
He does everything right. Why is he so good?
He makes beautiful decisions with the
Smart.
footy. Really smart. Like knows that he's a good kick and will run for handball receives to get the ball.
Just feed him at all costs.
It's like this guy is a star.
They're just figuring out that just give it to him at all costs as well.
Yeah,
like
which I like.
Mazza Wing and Miller
Yeah.
comes past, you give him the ball.
Yeah.
That's
Tom
basic,
McCarthy
yeah.
comes past, you get them. And for anyone who still plays Supercoach, he's only 99,000.
Wow. That's good.
Because he takes 4 weeks. Anyway.
Okay, so now that we know that West Coast are firing, Freo are fixed, they're firing. You know, could potentially be they win
Well, West
3,
Coast
they
firing
win the
is a
grand
bit of
final.
a-
No,
yeah.
West Coast are firing.
Okay.
It's time to announce something slightly related but completely unrelated.
Yeah, I would say complete irrelevancy to those two teams.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
just
What we're about to
it's just we
announce.
need to take a break because it's just
No,
about
there
5
is
o'clock.
literal no relevance
Yeah, correct,
at all.
correct.
Yes. Jaiden, can you get an image up, please, of our website, backchatpodcast.com.au? We've got some new merch to roll out.
Which is irrelevant to the two sides we've just spoken
completely
about.
Completely irrelevant.
I just
There's
wanted to
nothing
take
to
a
do
break.
with it.
There we go. We've got some BackChat merch.
Looks good.
We haven't done a new merch line for a little while, so it was about time that we got
Is
up.
that a hawk?
I don't know.
don't know.
It's called on the
It's a
website.
bird.
It's called the coasters, like like the beer, like a beer coaster.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
It looks like a bird of prey, but I can't.
Bird of prey, correct.
Maybe.
The birds of prey.
Yeah.
I like the colours.
Yeah, the colour
Yeah,
scheme's
colours
nice.
are nice. Colours
It's
are very
I like
blue
how
and
it says
yellow.
BackChat.
Yes.
I really like how it says
And
BackChat.
do you know what we
there.
thought? We can't just have one t-shirt design. We want to give
Get
people
a
options.
second one, yeah.
So
Two.
we should give 2 options. And so we've gone again with a second option there. And if you like more of a purple, I guess, would you call that lavender?
That looks like the no, I'm not going to say it.
A dock worker?
I was going to say the
Does it look like
contraception device, the IED.
Does it look
that
like
he's holding?
Does it look like?
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
I think
it's an IED.
He's holding
Does it look?
the contraception device.
It looks like a dock worker to me. Kicking a footy or
In
a
lavender.
ball, some description.
Yeah.
Far out. It looks good.
Holding an umbrella. He's holding an umbrella.
Hey, if you think you could use these at any other point in your life, like other than dock workers and coasters for beer, and you reckon you could maybe wear this doing something else in your life that you might enjoy, like
feel free.
blue and yellow and
Feel free, go and do it.
You could wear that anywhere, I suppose.
If you want, yeah.
It's live right now, backchatpodcast.com.au. Head to the little merch section there of the website, and you can pre-order it.
Just so you know, did we announce that we got C&D last thing we dropped?
Oh,
Did we announce that?
I mean, it's happened that many times. I forget if we've mentioned it or not.
Yeah. Well, if you can figure out what we're talking about, like go and break our internet, break our website.
We got hacked last time.
Yeah, we got hacked.
We don't like that.
Pretty
We don't
sure-
like hackers.
Pretty sure we got hacked and we got C&D. We got C&D by a few people
The
actually.
password came up and you had to put in a
Your
password.
C&Ds?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know it's C&Ds, yeah. I was just trying to think of a funny thing to say, to make up.
Let me guess what the C.
Oh, yeah.
Cocks and dicks.
Yeah, I thought the same. There we go. All right, so if you want to get if you want to get a new T-shirt, what's coming up? Is there any special occasions coming up? Father's Day or anything?
Oh, the footies. There's like footy.
Footy.
Yeah, you could go the footy.
Jack Buckley
Sure.
Medal, you could go wear that to those.
Yep.
The Derby.
The Derby is coming up. You could wear that.
Well, we've got our Derby event.
True. You could wear it. to
Yeah,
that.
we've got our Derby event. Wear it
We
to that.
could. I don't know. You could come to the Derby event, and I guess we could give you a T-shirt there.
Yeah, true.
You have
Yep.
to buy it.
Oh, yeah, you have to buy
We
it.
don't
Yep.
give it to you.
If you pre-order it
Well,
now,
then
I'll be
we
ready
might
for it.
give one to someone.
Yeah.
Don't know. We'll figure it out.
Might not.
All right. Richmond forward Tom Lynch was
Oh
fined
my
twice this weekend and faces up to 5 weeks on the sidelines.
Not up to.
Has it been handed down?
Well, he's
Minimum.
gone straight to the tribunal for his MCG tantrum, which is what the Herald Sun called it, being sent straight to the tribunal.
Tantrum.
So they basically said, go straight to your room, Tom Lynch. Don't come out till we say you can. Hammer, what should Tom Lynch get? What should his punishment be? And it doesn't have to just be weeks in the tribunal.
No,
Who's going to do a nudie run around the MCG?
I think he should just retire.
Wow.
I think that's him done.
Wow.
I think he'll get. I think he gets no less than 8 weeks for this,
So-
and then he's just done at the end of the year.
This is definitely relevant to Brayshaw v Gaff. I'm sorry it is. And you can say
Absolutely,
it.
it is. It's way
The
worse.
only,
Except
the only difference is
he didn't break his face.
Is
you
the
don't
outcome.
Want, you don't
Is
want.
outcome.
Yeah, action versus outcome. You've been all on that. Outcome over action is the worst doctrine ever. You shouldn't get. This is
the worst action we've seen this year.
Easily.
There's been nothing worse.
easily. This is the worst action since Gaffey belted Andrew. The worst action since Ty Vickery and Dean Cox and
Yep.
Barry Hall and
Brent Staker.
Brent Staker. It's just like
Michael
this
Gardner,
is-
Matthew Pavlich.
This is so bad.
Pav's never recovered.
He has turned around and just
Punched him.
clobbered a bloke
Yep.
and fucking minced him.
And in saying that, he's clobbered a defender. And off the top,
Exactly.
what I spoke about off the top of this show, Jordan
And
Butts.
Mick Moldhouse said he just clipped him.
Did he?
Mick Moldhouse was like, "It wasn't that bad. He just clipped him." Piss
yeah,
off, Mick.
I think that it's not up to 5 weeks, Daniel. It is minimum 5. If you get sent straight there, it means the AFL is going to be hunting 5+ weeks. You think 8?
I think it should be no less than 8 weeks.
What did Gaff get?
Gaff got 7. So every time, the reason I say it should be no less than 8 is because every time something like this has happened, it's gone up by 1 every time.
Yes.
So the Tyrone Vickery one was 6 weeks. The Gaff one was, I think the Staker one way back when was 5 weeks. The Vickery one was 6 weeks. The Gaff one was 7 weeks. And I think this will be 8 weeks.
Wow.
So you just can't justify any less than that, I think.
Didn't I see Jack Rewalt saying that that Dimmer should give Tom
Oh,
Lynch
yeah.
a call to come play a goal?
He was like, I don't think King's your guy. I reckon I'd be giving Tom Lynch a call right away. And like 3 days later, he's done that.
Lynch goes,
Yeah.
hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer while I
Just
just...
smack this defender around the head after he's kept him to 0 touches in the
Yeah,
first
it's
half.
just like I've just been... It was negative 15 fantasy points at half time.
Lynchy played
Lynchy
on.
had a
I used to
nightmare.
play on him a fair bit, and he was a proper white line fever. Like it'd take about 3 minutes, and he'd just be flipping out.
Yeah.
And you'd find the line with him a bit because like he sometimes could turn that rage into taking like 5 contested marks and kicking 5 goals.
Yeah.
but sometimes that
He
exactly
turns that
happened.
rage into being a 6'7" bloke who's just roundhoused a guy in the back of the head.
I got done pretty similarly by Tom Hawkins. I don't know if you boys realise that. Wasn't as much rage behind it, and I definitely tried to get him off at the tribunal.
I remember that.
But it was off the back of me just pestering him for like 2.5 quarters, and he cracked the shit. And he tried to get me in the sort of ribs, and he got me in the head and knocked me out.
Well, yeah. If this gets like 4 weeks, I'll spew up. I'll go full Terry Wallace style.
I said that on national
I'll
TV.
go full Terry Wallace and spew.
Did
up.
you happen to see me say that on TV? Yes.
No, did you say that exact same
Those
thing?
exact words.
That's good.
It's like, how on earth, if that gets 4 and Paul Curtis got 3 for a tackle,
Yes.
I'll spew on my own face.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, lying down.
Yep.
Oh, this is the Will Schofield. He's checking on him.
Oh, you apologise, mate. You're both from Geelong. Good on you.
Oh, not going too well. I mean, this is the aftermath. I feel like this isn't quite it.
You definitely. Oh, here we go. Oh,
That's not getting it at all. It's off the screen. Still not
perfect.
getting it at all. Can't say anything.
We're about to go to the end.
I do appreciate the effort there, Jaiden.
No,
but
that's
yeah,
all right.
you need to kind of move
Hammer,
to the
how
right-hand
how
side.
long?
I'll be gone in. I'm going to leave in 5 minutes.
You only 5
But
minutes.
yeah, I
Give
think
me some fines.
I think he gets 8 weeks and then has to retire.
Give me some fines.
Let's do some fines and then we'll talk some other stuff once Hammer has gone.
Yeah.
So, are you good to go, Jaiden? All right, great. Let's hit it.
G'day, lady and Will. All right, I'm fucking sick of this vital bullshit. Oh, but if you condense the buys, you lose the week of footy. Do not care. 9 buy rounds in a year. That is over 33% of the round have a buy. It's just ridiculous. Have 2 buy rounds where you've got 8 teams one week, 10 teams the next week, and then we've just got 9 games every other week. That's what we want. None of this 7-game, 8-game, 6-game bullshit. Just get us 9 games of footy as many weeks as we can. But
So I was on buy rounds. You couldn't quite hear at the top there, but buy rounds he's not happy with. Why do we have so many buy rounds? Like, what's it? Don't say why the good reason, but what's the reason?
The reason is the AFL find it very difficult to fixture, and so they just schedule these rounds in to make it a little bit easier. I think that's got to be the only reason.
It's not giving us 5 extra rounds of footy.
No, it's robbing us of games of football every weekend.
Did they used to just have 1 round when no one played?
I think so.
Right?
There was definitely split round.
Yeah. No, I think they had 1 round no one played. Then they moved to split round. And that split round's fine, right?
That
Half
having
and
been
half.
said, though, like the bye rounds, we still get a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday game.
I'm happy. I'm fine. with
I
buy
don't
rounds.
really.
But sometimes they overlap them. They've had less games, but then two games have been played at the same
Buy
time.
rounds don't annoy me as much as dub everyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
I don't really.
I
Sometimes I like not having games just thrown in my face, like Thursday, Friday, 4 Saturday, 4 Sundays.
if it means I don't have to watch Richmond play, sweet. Or West Coast when they're shit, like yeah, okay. Although they're back now. They're back.
Or North.
What do you mean? What a weird thing. Why is bonus win up there?
Next.
Yeah, bottom third.
Why is bonus
Bottom
win?
third,
G'day, Scully.
broken.
Lads. Just a $12 fine to Liam Henry for his little shush of the crowd.
No.
Went a bit early and didn't do anything for the rest of the game. So hope he enjoys his fashion in Melbourne. And he's a mediocre player. Always will be.
Oh, wow.
Legend. Cheers.
There's a whack.
And a
he
legend.
was getting booed by the crowd. I loved him shushing. He was getting booed for no reason. Like,
Well, not for no reason. He left.
Yeah, so what? Players leave all the time.
Yeah, I know.
He's booing every game, every player in every game.
Yeah,
should
I
get
think if
booed.
you leave a club and you go back to play them at their home
But
ground,
he's allowed to shush him back.
yeah, of course. But they're allowed to boo him.
He just got fined $12. I want his $12 back. I think he's all right to boo.
Freo fans are still,
Sorry, he's not all right to boo. He can boo if he wants.
they're still booing Andrew Gaff.
Imagine
Mate,
that.
Boo! Go.
all right, legends. I'm doubling up on the fines this week. I am going to fine all these chode jugglers that bang on about, the AFL is bringing in a Defensive Player of the Year style award.
Yes.
I think Scully needs to clip it up and just use his media platform on Fox Footy and everywhere else just to start hammering about the Jack Buckley.
Yeah.
Just listen to a bit of Dan Does Footy and, I'd really like to see, not the flashy half-back types, but, your Sam Taylor, your Harris Andrews. Mate, Harris Andrews has already won it. You need to start getting this out there more, Scully, because it's getting beyond a joke. So, $5 fine to all these chode jugglers. Let's get it
Yeah.
done.
Chode jugglers.
I've never heard Cho Jugglers. I also appreciate this guy's passion. You can hear him bashing on the desk.
He did
Right
mention
into
that. So
Well, I would like it out more as well, to be
yeah,
honest.
I would love it out more there.
Dan, Jaiden, David, get it out there more, please.
All right.
I'll do my best. I just called a game on Fox Footy. You said you listened and watched it. I reckon I said the word spoils
Yeah, but
50 times.
are you contractually obliged to not be able to mention the Jack Buckley
I
medal?
can talk about the Jack Buckley medal if I want to.
You didn't.
In
know?
fact, West Coast v
Friday.
West Coast v GWS this Friday night. I'll be calling.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good opportunity to get it out there.
I don't think you mentioned it on the weekend.
Oh, I'm fucking sorry.
Wow.
No, as in like the physical Jack Buckley medal. I thought it might be a contractual thing that you got to talk about the game. You can't just say, "Hey guys, while Alex Taru's spoiling the house down here, what about?"
Thanks to TABtouch.
To be honest, I probably am. I probably am
medal.
bending the rules of like broadcast already with like.
Yeah, the
I'm
amount-
like
yeah,
so
yeah.
producers feeding us like contest
You
and
were
ball,
ripping Pav, it was hilarious.
clearance numbers like this. I'm like, yeah, but how many
many
spoils has a
spoils?
Saints player ever had? I need to know those.
You're sitting there being like, more spoils than you've ever had, Pav. You didn't even know how to spoil. I'm thinking, this is great.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though he was he played
make-
back in All Australia.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately.
Hey guys, coming to you from Marvel, where West Coast Eagles are the fucking best.
Yeah.
Just a $2 fine to the blokes behind me outside the stadium at halftime that brought their own speaker and are pumping like dirty bass. It's probably the only fucking good tunes they're going to hear tonight, being Collingwood supporters, because we're about to scream, "Fly, Eagle, fly!" Let's
Fly,
go,
Eagle,
boys.
fly.
$2 to these fuckwits.
That sounded like a
yeah.
half-time.
It was a halftime.
I like that.
I don't know about the move about bringing the speaker into the stadium and play a drum and bass.
You allowed to do that?
Bring the speaker in at home. Bring the speaker into a game, whatever game you go to, and just play the North Melbourne theme song.
I remember
heart.
early days my dad bringing a radio to the footy, and he would have the commentary playing on it,
Oh,
but he would
yeah.
have it low just next to his ear. And I remember vividly some guy turned around and goes, "Would you fucking turn that radio off?" Like, he was so pissed.
Would have been messing. His
My
hearing
dad's
aid
just
would have
like-
been. His hearing aid would have been synced up to it. The frequency. Anyway,
Any more?
Any more fines?
Boys, it's Keely.
It's a follow-up.
Look, fucking $2 fine to me
Yep.
for finding the two blokes outside at halftime, saying that the only song that they were going to be singing is that stupid one that they were fucking pumping out of their speaker that they BYO'd to the stadium.
Flat out.
I'm in the bathrooms of Marvel, just wiping up my tears so that the cleaners don't have to do
Thought
it.
you'd done a poo.
And turns out the only song that I'm going to be singing is "When You Try Your Best But You Don't Succeed."
Imagine. I'm just imagining Keely
Sucks.
at Marvel shitting in
Oh.
a cubicle and someone hearing that. Like, imagine that she's in the cubicle
Recording
recording,
the fine.
that, and she's. Imagine if someone didn't get the first bit and just heard someone singing "When You Try Your Best But You Don't Succeed" in the
Fixie
toilet.
Coldplay's just ripping through. Oh, that's good.
We got any more?
no more.
Fellas, it's Red here.
Red?
Just want to find myself $100 sitting on the couch here watching Freo St Kilda and having to listen to Schofield commentate is one of the worst things I've ever put myself through. Now, I know I've done some bad things in my past, done some good things, but no one deserves this punishment.
Oh, fuck. That's pretty fucking brutal, I suppose.
Okay.
Oh well, hey.
$100 fine. No, I suppose.
How about
okay.
How about fuck you, Red? How about
I
that?
thought it was some of my best work, to be really
All right,
honest.
so did I. Any more, Jaden? It's got a call from you.
Hey, Scully, Dan, and Hammer.
Thank you.
Just a $10 fine to Optus Stadium for selling out of ciders. So I've had to walk all the way around to one of the other bars to get a fucking cider. And they're all sold out.
Oh,
How bloody rude. So yeah, $10 fine to Optus for having too many events on in the last few weeks of selling out of my drink. Yes.
that feels like a cider shortage. That feels
Yeah.
like breaking news here on BackChat.
That's in the rumour mill.
No, I like cider. I like a cider as a
Do
change
ya?
up. As a
Yeah,
change
fair
up.
enough. I'm not a
Oh,
big
sorry,
cider.
fucking men. I'm allowed to drink a
A
fucking cider.
cider. Would you like an apple juice?
That's
Like,
all. That's what
come
it is. It's
on.
a sparkly apple juice.
I feel
Anyway.
feel like this fucking pork is close.
We got any more? Because I had a fine sent to me. You go, Jaden. Do we have more?
Oh, three more.
Fucking hell. No.
Hamish isn't going to training tonight.
I'll listen
Go on,
to more.
Sid.
Come on.
Hey boys, I reckon I'm gonna find Freo today.
Mm,
Good win, but just left Nat Fife on the bench.
Yeah.
Poor cunt.
Oh,
$5 fine.
Did it
Thank
go.
you.
Hamstring calf
Poor
awareness.
calf. Next.
Poor calf, he said. Yep.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
And Dan.
Yes.
I'm a
I'll
man,
do
'cause I'm a
$50
man.
Fine. You might not be on the podcast today, but Skeeter Mark Reddings watching the 7 telecast of the Freo St Kilda game yesterday, and as the Dockers won the game and the song was playing around the stadium, Skeeter decided his voice was more important and started chatting while the song was playing. So yeah, $50 fine to Skeeter.
$50.
He's new to this. He's new to it.
That's well deserved.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give that. I'll pass that on. Last one.
I'm sure.
G'day, legends, and the AFL Tribunal. I'm preemptively fining these guys.
Yeah, fair.
For the Tom Lynch decision.
Yep.
I don't believe they're going to give him what he justifiably deserves.
I agree.
They're probably going to go over the
Gutless.
outcome over action rather than the action over outcome.
Yeah.
This action, though, is comparable to the Barry Hall, Brent Staker incident from back in the Dizzy where Hawley obliterates the Badgers' jawline.
Yeah.
Yes, he didn't get knocked out. Yes, he, could play the rest of the game, yada, yada, yada. But the action shouldn't be in the game. $6, 6 weeks, minimum.
Yep.
Do your job, AFL Tribunal.
I think he's right. I think they're going to give him like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And it'll be a revolt.
And we'll find him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the fine for you? Are you done?
Has Jaden got one more? I think he's got one. That's it. So I had a fine from Jared Vickers. This one, he sent this through me, Jared did. And
The Vicar.
Are you reading it or are you just playing
I'm reading it. It was quite funny. $21 fine for the Fremantle Football Club. $1 for each of the Undertaker's WrestleMania victories he had on his way to 21-0. Rest in peace, the streak. You cannot play the Undertaker's, brackets Wolfie time, bell with a minute left on the clock, and with Nat Fyfe on the bench, you absolutely can't. The lights need to dim, a bolt of lightning needs to hit the centre of Optus Stadium, and fucking bam, there stands Nat Fyfe ready to go to war with 50 seconds left on the clock. I don't know how they get it done, but it needs to happen.
Imagine summon Fifey on, couldn't move, just put him in the
Put him straight in the centre bounce. I heard the Wolfie time was just the Undertaker's bells.
Mate, it came on
after they kicked their goal.
Yeah.
And then they were a goal up with a minute to go.
Another of my better work. I was talking about on the coverage. It's Wolfie time.
Wolfie
Here we go.
time. It was brilliant. But yeah, Ed Vickers-Willis thinks that, or Jared Vickers, thinks that they can't do that.
Love it.
$21 for the Undertaker streak.
Go and get out of
Right,
here,
I
mate.
see you later.
See you, Hammer. Thanks for coming by.
No, always a pleasure.
A couple more things to get through.
Don't get the pork down the road, man. I'll tell you that right now.
It's funny. You'll probably buy that tomorrow. I'm sure you'll be back.
I don't feel amazing.
All right. Under pressure. Well, let's get through this. Under pressure, Carlton coach Michael Voss. Oh, Hammer's stuck in with the cable. Michael Voss has urged unity after a heavy loss as fans vented frustrations with graffiti at Icon Park calling to sack the board and keep Voss. Scoey, could Carlton fans, or are they the worst in the competition? Seriously.
Fans?
Carlton
I
fans.
mean, you got to talk to me from the fandom, mate, because I sort of see through that. I'm as turncoat as anyone's ever existed. I wear Giants, and I wear Dockers, and I wear Eagles, and I think I used to be a Cats fan, and a Hawks fan. Tell me about the fans.
If you think about what North Melbourne have gone through the last 5 years, what the West Coast Eagles are currently going through for the last 4 years, St Kilda just a meaningless team. Essendon a completely irrelevant team.
Yep.
Carlton fans, the players walk off the ground, they scream "F you," calling them all these sorts of things, going down to your home, your training facility and graffitiing, sack the board. Like that's next level. That's outrageous behaviour from fans. We're venturing into like the English Premier League, like whatever those fans are called.
Well, apparently there's a board meeting. You know when the board meeting gets filtered into.
Oh yeah, like when they rocked up at Simo's house.
Yeah,
when everyone was made aware of it.
Yeah, so Drew Jones is down there right now. Actually, he's reporting outside of Icon Park as Carlton president Robert Priestley speaks on the future of Michael Voss. I wonder if they've come out and said he's just our coach. I mean, what would stop that? Like, they could just come out and say he's going to be our coach.
They should. That's what.
Till the end of the year, we'll make a call then.
Who didn't do that recently? Wasn't that what West Coast didn't do with Simo?
Yeah,
that was the thing that was frustrating with people.
They were doing secret board meetings, and that was getting leaked to the press, and then there was cameras out the front, and
I don't know. That's ridiculous behaviour.
I think that Voss should keep his job to the minimum at the end of the year, and then they make the decision. It's not like Simo, John Longmire, Ken Hinkley, Nathan Buckley. No one's signing with anyone. It's not like they're currently like just chill, Carlton fans, chill. Your list is probably not as good as you thought it was. Chill out.
Yes, wow. All right, last one, another, we're staying in coach land. I saw this one on Reddit. So, Jaiden, if you could bring up that photo I sent you earlier of Ken. I want to know what you think of this, Scoey, if there's anything to it. What's Ken still doing there, given the position that he's sitting? If you can put that up on the screen, Jaiden.
Once he gets it up, is this also related to like Adam Simpson saying he used to be a Carlton supporter? Did you say that?
Who?
Simo.
No, that's so sneaky.
Simo on radio like yesterday or the day before said he used to be a Carlton fan.
Ooh.
Like, ooh. Is that similar to this sort of what you're about to show me?
Nah, it's more just Ken's move in his coaching. So considering Port Adelaide had a very good game.
Yes.
Belted who they play? I can't remember, but they had a very good win on the weekend. It could have been because of this.
They played someone.
I can't remember myself. All right, so
what a setup.
There's the photo.
Fucking what a setup. What's happening?
Shout out to Tyre Power real quick. Powering the Forward Drive podcast.
Yeah, correct. Port Adelaide smoked Carlton, by the way.
Smoked Carlton. What is that something there is in terms of like from a player's point of view where Ken's positioned? Is that normal?
So he's completely normal.
Is it? Because he's sitting up with the
He sits above the assistant coaches. Every AFL coach in the whole league does that.
I thought they're usually sitting in. Well, no, they usually sit in the middle at the bottom there.
No, they.
And
sit
then you got the
above them.
assistants.
They sit above them like that.
Well, that's apparently different because a lot of people have been talking about how Carr's sitting in the main seat.
No, that's not where Ken Hinkley usually sits. Even if it is, he's the coach. Josh Carr's the coach.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So why is Ken still there? If he's now there properly the head coach and he's running the operation, what's the point in keeping Ken around?
Mentorship, and so it's not Josh Carr's mess. I mean, we've kind of covered this. I think I don't think this is like, but that's not too dissimilar to how this actually works. Usually, I would challenge Reddit, Dan.
All right,
I know you're telling me it's wrong, but I'm just telling you.
No, that's fine. We do have a super comment.
Oh, super comment
from Frederick, $5. Is the SCG turf? If it still remains unsafe, will the Freo v Swans game still go ahead next Sunday?
Well, Tom Chadwick of Sydney Swans has rebutted some social media action across the weekend that yes, they will be playing there. If that's from 2019, 2018. Phil Walsh is in it, so yeah, I don't think that's overly recent, that photo. Apparently they're playing there. Like, I don't know where they're going to move it to if they don't play at the SCG, like Allianz Stadium or like Sydney Olympic Park or something. They can't go put it in the Bush League somewhere. Like, you can't just flick it off like that footy oval that was near our house we stayed at a few years ago when we were in Sydney. You can't just chuck it into a random footy oval.
I didn't see what was so bad about it. Is it just people?
I was god awful. It was like a sand pit. I'm surprised 17 players didn't do ACLs. It was cooked, mate.
What, just because it had the dump of weather or something?
No, Bocelli's did a concert there in April and it's just never recovered.
It's never recovered.
Time to
is that who
change the turf. Yeah, the guy that does. Well, he did it. I mean, that's not his song, but he's sung that song before. He sung it at the Champions League final in the middle.
Really?
Spontaneously. Pull it up. It's good. Anyway, he butchered it. SCG, not in great nick, but I think they still play there. Because it's against the Dockers.
A couple of questions here.
Yes.
What other team has the GM of football in the coach's box?
West Coast.
Do they do that?
Joe Bridie sits in Freos, I know that. Craig Vozzo is the CEO. I don't think he was a guy. I would say most do because they're the footy bosses, so most do, I reckon.
Fozjam on YouTube says, I had some pork sizzle steaks from Aldi the other day. They were pretty good. Not what you asked, though.
I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm going through it. You can hear it in my voice. Like,
Are you starting to sweat?
Yeah, I'm not in a good way.
All right.
We can. Oh, what's that? Is that the pork? Is it the pork crackling t-shirt? The pork crackles.
We do just want to quickly announce that Pablo Fils was our tipping winner this week with 7 correct, 7 margins. So shout out to you for that.
Carton of shelter on the way.
Coming your way. Before you head off today, before maybe you're driving to work or whatever,
go and buy a t-shirt.
Pull over. backchatpodcast.com.au. See our new BackChat merch. It's dancing away there. You can find that link. We'll get it up on our bios and everything like that. Also, it's up on the YouTube channel.
Go buy some tickets to the Derby show. It's giving me a late.
Yep. Oh, thank you, Jaiden, for zooming in there on end of YouTube. He's ended the show. Oh no, and we're back.
Kill the stream.
We're trying to kill the stream. Shout out to Paywise, TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co, Whippersnapper Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, and On One Services, as well as Camera Electronic. This week, Michael Zarafa comes out. Full interview with him on Wednesday, so look out for that. And also all the other stuff we've got going on. Backchatstudios.com.au. All our shows are there. Otherwise, see you next week.
Bye.